Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builder Supply, and this video is to bring you a closer look at the transatlantic number Sf-Dl3236-DU. This is a dead latching lock body. Very typical and common sort of item. Very aggressively priced. Very inexpensive piece of hardware. And a very nice quality too. I wouldn't hesitate to use this at all. Dead latching sort of tab. The important thing to know is that it's 1 1/8" back set. That's a dimension from the edge of the door to the center of the hole. That's one of the 3 or 4 sizes. And it's very common, 1 1/8". Before you buy this, you want to be sure that that's what you're dealing with. When you buy one of these, what you get is the lock body. It's completely reversible and non-handed. I will show you that now. It's very simple to reverse this. So right now the door is going to work as a left-hand reverse or as a right hand. What you'll do to reverse it is remove this screw and remove this screw, and you're going to control this back plate here with your hand when you get that second screw out, because there's springs inside of it. So one screw comes out, then the other screw, and I'm going to control that with my thumb. Now at that point, that will just come out, and there might be 4 screws in here, I don't remember, or pardon me, springs. You know, forgive me, there's only 2. It's quite simple. 2 springs. They really go into and they're different sizes. The larger of the 2 goes behind the bolt head. The smaller of the 2 goes behind the deadlocking trigger. So remove both of those screws. Then once you have the 2 springs removed, there's really only 3 parts that are left in here, and there's really no way to lose them. Take out your tab, take out your bolt. Well, there's 2 parts. This is important because it's part of the holdback feature. It's pinned in there. Just don't remove the pin. And all you're going to do, well, you're going to have to remove the pin. Let's talk about that. You will have to remove the pin to reverse this. So right now, it's set up, that bolt is like this. You're going to have to push that pin out, pull it through. There's a spring somewhere inside of here, so be cautious. Oh, I know where it is. It's inside of here. So hold that down and pull the pin out and just control it. Don't lose the pin. Then that spring that's there is going to stay there. It's a very small spring. You can barely even see it. Okay. So the spring will sit down in there just like it did before. It was on this side. Now all I'm going to do is turn it over. Got that backwards. I'm just going to turn it over. So now it looks like this. And then I'm going to take my pin and stick it right back through the hole. And hold that holdback knob on. A little bit of oil in there, so you probably want to have a paper towel to immediately wipe your hand off. So in my installation, it doesn't work properly, and I can see because the spring fell over. So I'm going to remove that pin again. Pin came out. Reset the spring. This time just carefully making sure that the spring does not fall on me. This time I'm going to push it straight down so that I compress the spring all the way down. And I'm going to hold that so nothing moves. I'm going to bring my pin back in like I had demonstrated earlier. And it comes right through. The only problem I had was the spring fell over. Okay. Now it's reversed. So at this point, this has to go towards the top of the lock. So it has to go in this groove and this groove it has to go into. Okay, falls in real nice. It's also the bar by which the bolt is retracted when the tailpiece of the cam of the back of the mortise cylinder pulls it all back. That part. Okay, so now let's put the springs back in. The big one behind the latch bolt, the small one behind the deadlocking auxiliary tab, then that piece of metal, whatever it is. A couple of detents there. You can see the large side and then the small side, and obviously put that on the proper side each time. Push it back down and then of course control it. Take one screw. You want to be sure not to lose these screws ever if you are reversing them. That you might be out in the field and need to reverse it and you lose a screw. You want to be real careful. One trick that a locksmith taught me was, whether it's in his work van or it's at his work bench, so now it's reversed. Check your operation properly, make sure everything works. That trick was, he would have a cloth nailed or attached to the front of his desk and it would drape over his lap. And you know, springs and little screws, they all tend to fly, and hopefully they'll fly towards you. It'll generally be caught right in your lap rather than getting to the floor and then gone. Anyway, so that reversing is done, and if you have any questions on how to go about reversing it, please feel free to reach out to us. Now, this is the DU version, Reattach. This is going to come with a flat faceplate. Now that's important that you be sure that the edge of your door is flat. If it's beveled or if it's radiused, this is not the right faceplate. Reach out to us, we'll help you find the correct faceplate. You're also going to get a strike plate, and then the mounting plate for that strike plate, and the dust box. So here's your mounting plate. Your strike is going to attach to these two holes. This will attach to your frame from these two holes. You're going to get a total of 4 screws, 6 screws, pardon me. The 2 long ones you can use to hold the body on. You'll get these finished screws, and those are for the faceplate. There's 3 in there, but for this model you only need 2. If your door is prepped where you need just the short screws, you'll have them, well, pardon me, these 4 screws, you're going to use the long screws for the body. Then you'll get 4 shorter undercut screws that look like they're probably a 1032. You'll drill and countersink your frame for this, so you're going to hold the mounting plate onto the frame itself. Then the dust box, it's a good idea to have. Then your strike mounts right over it like that. Then you'll have the 2 screws. This strike is not going to be in dark bronze finish, it'll just be in a chrome sort of finish. And at that point, that's everything with this lock. Like I said initially, it's a very good quality lock, especially for the cost. I would not hesitate to use it. The pitfalls that you're going to want to make sure of simply is it 1 1/8 back set, and is the edge of your door square, meaning there's no bevel to it or it's not radiused. And if all that is good and you know that it's Reattach, there you go. Obviously available in aluminum as well as that. Like I said before, have a paper towel with you for the oil that's on the inside of that should you have to reverse the hand. The rest of the extended description just gives you the commercial information about it. Versatile lock, can be held open, I didn't cover that. Held open feature is you can open the door, push the latch back with your hand, and then rotate the cam from the key or the thumb turn in the opposite direction, and it will kick the tip of my finger. There's 2 pieces of metal. You can push that over and it will hold it back like that until you come and you reverse that sort of procedure. Now you'll have it held back like you're going to have on the front door of a coffee shop, obviously. All day long, clients will be coming in and out. It needs to be unlocked. unlatched, I should say. Obviously, nothing you'd use on a fire door, and this is not fire rated anyway. Let's see, versatile. You can keep it held open, ideal for heavy traffic. I have no discrepancy about that statement. 1.1/8 back set, 1/2 throw, common. That's important to know. Should you be using this with an electric strike? It's got a 1/2 throw or projection. Chrome-plated zinc alloy, hardened internal steel pins, non-handed as we discussed. It's deadlocking. Proper installation means that the deadlocking tab is going to be pushed in when it's installed, and then it will prevent you from opening this unauthorized. That's it. There's a link below this video to a document called Product Brochure, which shows everything important about this item and countless other storefront pieces of hardware from Transatlantic, and that's what the SF means in the part number. So SF is storefront, DL is deadlocking. 3236, I don't know, other than hopefully it just means that's what this body is, then 1.1/8, and then Duranautic. There's also, and finally, a link below this video to the manufacturer's page where you can pull up the full-line Transatlantic catalog and review all things Transatlantic related, or TACO, as we would know it here in Chicago, Transatlantic Company. They are a name synonymous. In my years of selling hardware, a lot of clients here, if they're doing tenant build-out work, they've come to rely on the high performance of that Transatlantic door closer, that Transatlantic exit device, and even hinges and lock sets as well. But exit devices and door closers are a great product to consider from Transatlantic if what you're looking for is really good performance on a real budget-oriented sort of application. If you have any questions on the Transatlantic, Sf-Dl3236-DU, deadlocking 1.1/8 lock body and a Duranautic finish, or any other Transatlantic product, please feel free to reach out to us. Thank you.